Well, good evening, racing fans. Welcome to racing action from Grand River Raceway for this Wednesday evening. We've had a little rain today. The track condition will be listed as sloppy, but we are 20 minutes to post time, and shall we get a look at the changes on this evening's card of racing? Note there are no changes race number one. No changes race one. Race number two, scratched is number two. It's a long story. And three, Royal Champagne. Now, race two, scratched two and three. In race number three, number four, Smart Thinking, the driver, Brett McDonald. Brett McDonald will drive Smart Thinking. Race 4, 7, Mickey Burke, blinkers to open brattle. That is blinkers to open brattle on 7, Mickey Burke. Race 5, scratched is number 3, Olivia's Gold Nugget. Race 5, scratch number 3, Olivia's Gold Nugget. In race 6, scratched is 4, Campari Hanover and 6, Damsel Sealster. Race 6, scratch 4 and 6. In race number 7, number 2, All Smoke and Mirrors, Austin Sorry is the driver. And number 9, Full of Personality, changing open to blind bridle. That is open to blind bridle. Race number 8, number 2, Wolfpack Attack, driver to be announced. Race 8, 2, TBA. Race 9, no changes, no changes, race 9. Race number 10, number 2, No Money Honey, is scratched, and number 8, Pink Monster, is scratched, and number 6, Ultimate Twix, the driver to be announced. Those are all the changes that we have at this moment. Once again, reviewing races 1 and 2. Race 1 has no changes. The second race, scratches of 2. It's a long story. And 3, Royal Champagne. It is now 16 minutes to post time, and time to welcome in my co-host and handicapping expert for the evening, live from Margaritaville. And how are things? Are you staying dry over there in Margaritaville? I know you live in that big castle, and you got to worry about the moat, all the water in the moat filling up. But other than that, things should be okay.
Yeah, it might overflow, right? That's always the concern here at the castle. But hey, you know what? We had a ton of rain here earlier today. It must have came that way because it's not as bad right now. Actually, the sun actually just came out here in Margaritaville. So yeah, the weather is better here. Hopefully, it clears up there soon enough. But I call it, a wonderful Wednesday. But it's gonna be a wonderful and wet Wednesday. We've got several scratches likely due to the weather. But hey, listen, it's a nicely balanced card tonight. 10 dashes, 5 on the pace, 5 on the trot, and one that I think there's going to be a lot of value to be had in. And I've got a best bet tonight in the late multi-leg sequences, race number 7. The 4, Stay True. Horse has not raced since February, but one that I'm willing to hang my hat on tonight. So looking forward to getting to that race. But it's really a nice card from top to bottom. And we're going to have singles tonight in those multi-leg wagers. Not like last time where we were kind of spending all kinds because there were a lot of unknown quantities with the 2-year-olds taking center stage on Monday night. Well, tonight we take center stage for harness racing in Ontario and beyond here at the river with a nice 10 dash card. And it always starts off with my favorite wagers, the early pick 5, that low takeout 15% guaranteed pool $5,000. Gary and I will come back about 8 minutes to post, take a closer look at what we like in that sequence.
Fans noted race number 10, a scratch of one dangerous curves. Race 10, scratch one dangerous curves.
8 minutes to post to the opening dash here at the river. You can see the flags are moving. Got some wind and some rain happening here. So the weather definitely going to play a factor here tonight. Sloppy track conditions, but we've seen it hold up really well so far this season. This new surface has been incredible. So let's hope for the same tonight. There's my ticket though. $14.40. So spending a bit more than what we usually would like, but 1, 2, 3, and 5 here in the opener. I put Saturday on top, the 5 Saturday on top, but last time couldn't get the job done at Hanover. I thought maybe he should have won that race. And before that, a good second here to Veracruz, but I couldn't go it alone with him. I went 4 deep here. I thought that maybe there could be some misbehaviors in this dash, and I wanted to maybe try to get us a value player to kick us off here. So 1, 2, 3, and 5 here in the opening leg. Just the one J. Richard Nice in race number 2. He did make a break last time, but he spotted it was a tremendous deficit that he had to overcome to get back into the race and only missed by less than 2 lengths as the favorite, trotted in 57-2. And again, he gave them a wicked head start off the gate when he made a miscue. Incredible effort that time around, was also amazing 2 starts ago against softer company, winning by a wide margin. I'm going to single him tonight in the pole position, hoping that he can do 2 things: stay flat and get to the winner's circle. Race number 3, the 5, 6, and 7. I think this is kind of a tricky dash, and I think there's some value to be had on the outside of the gate. Classy horses, I think, residing towards the outside of the gates. The 5, 6, and 7. I want to go with those ones. The morning lines are high. I doubt they'll be as high come post time, but 5, 6, and 7 for me in race number 3. Race number 4, just the 1 and 6, the one bolting home. I thought raced very well to be second to Happy Nays last time, only beating a neck in that effort. And the 6 Porters, man, well, first time Lasix. Last time's effort is obviously concerned, but maybe that's why the Lasix has been added. And if you go back down to those condition claiming lines, they're pretty solid. So put that one on top. And race number 4, race number 5, the 2, 4, and 9 Dominion Day. Very good in victory last time, but now has that tricky trailing post to contend with. I thought Star Hairdresser in with a big chance. Inside Speed might try to go down the road in this spot. And the 4 Electro Long Legs, tough trip last time, got shuffled back, finished very strongly in the end of that mile to be second to Dominion Day. There's a wide margin between them, but that better post tonight might help his chances. 2, 4, and 9 for me in race number 5 $14.40. What say you tonight, Mr. Gary Guy?
Well, first of all, now that I'm seeing just how wet it was, and I could have thought about this last night, I think the right play is to go with a deeper ticket because usually when you have kind of an off track, you open up the door for more variables. So you want to have more possibilities. So I think you're right there. In the first race, I only have the five and the two. We have the same top two, but I only went too deep. So I could be in trouble already. Race number two, you know what? J. Richard Nice. I see why you went alone. I added in PL Canella and Woolenack just because I'm fishing, but you know what? J. Richard Nice is well, what a nice one. In race number three, I've only gone one deep in there. B. Stoney, and boy, I tell you, that might be a little risky, and you've gone three with the five, six, and seven. Race number four, I have only the one and the six bolting home and Porter's Man. And so we're in the same boat there in race number four. We see it the same way. And then in the fifth race, well, I have two of your three. I have the two and the four. I don't have number nine, Dominion Day. And that was mostly just my thinking about the trailer post. But I do see that Temple City did flash gate speed in that qualifier, so a Dominion Day could be okay. But I went much more economical, and I think on this night, Rob, that might be a mistake.
It might be, but hey, you know what? The good news is economical means if it doesn't work out, you don't lose as much, right? $4.80, a very affordable ticket, something two people can build on, as opposed to my ticket, obviously more expensive. But I don't mind your single. I have B Stoney picked for second. I think he does figure in that spot, and we have eight combinations, Gary, that can have us both cash a winning pick five ticket to see. And let's see if Conley's got a ticket for us. Conley's got mapped out in this pick five again. Kind of a tricky sequence, really start to finish. A couple of trotting events to kick us off, where there are some horses that have a tendency to make breaks. Conley's ticket 2 and 5, Enchanted Angel on Saturday, so like that at the start. Then he's got J. Richard Nice, along with the trailing post of Wallanack, and Wallanack likes to chase targets, right? We know he's better when he's kind of chasing them, so that trailing post might actually be to his benefit, especially following one out like J. Richard Nice if he minds his manners. 4 and 5 and race number three. So he's got B Stoney, but he's added in the four smart thinking, who did race really well last time, but was in a condition claimer. So I thought this might be a little bit tougher for him tonight. Race number four, just the eight, easily the best. So hoping that one can rebound off a break and stride last time. And then the 2, 4, and 9 in race number five, we've got the same three there. So kind of in agreement, the three of us, with many of the horses we have in our tickets. $4.80 for Conley's ticket. So spending the same as Gary, and I've got the most expensive ticket in the early pick five, which is no surprise. But you got a couple minutes to map out your winning wagers for this early pick five. Again, the guarantee is $5,000. The low takeout is 15%. And we'll be back in just a few moments to take a closer look at race number one after the post parade.
Field 4, race number 1 is on parade 1. Belvedere Jessica. Shane Weber drives and trains, and the owner is Dr. Mike Veneri. Number 2, Enchanted Angel. Mark Etzel drives and trains and owns. Number 3 is Don't Talk About Bruno. Brett McDonough, Dominique Ladoux, and the stable. And number 4 is Wishing Spell. Andre Goy drives and trains for Gino Toscani. 5 is Saturday. Lorimer McClure drives and trains for Martin Kepfer. Number 6, Massive Tattoo. Bruce Richardson for John Holding. And number 7, Smokin' Miramon. J.B. Renault for Julie Walker and Michelle Raymond. It's a field of 7, race number 1, and let's get right to it. We'll start with number 5, Saturday, because on this Wednesday, I think Saturday is overdue for a win, Rob.
Those horses that you could say is, been racing too well to not have a victory yet. 3 seconds and 4 tries, and one of those seconds came right here, June 26th, and it was a good effort. I mean, second to Veracruz, kind of worked from just off the pace anyways, and moved into the play spot. Was never getting to the winners, so I don't think was really all out to the wire. But at Hanover last time, I kind of thought maybe he should have won, Gary. And I was racing on just a couple days rest on that occasion, so I guess you could have that as a bit of an excuse. But yeah, I just kind of think that he's had opportunities to knock out the job done. That's why I didn't go along with him. I did consider keying Lorimer McClure in both of the opening 2 legs of the pick 5. Didn't do it, but he certainly looks pretty good on the track right now.
Now, one that I had to use in the pick 5, Enchanted Angel, because it's Mark Etzel, and of course Mark just does such a fine job with his trotters. And Enchanted Angel shows some flashes. The problem is those X's on the dance card.
Well, there's lots of X's too. That's kind of the problem. Then you start to wonder about the conditions. Now there is a sloppy track line on her card that you'll see she stayed flat, and it was actually third in one of the preliminary legs of the Ontario Sired Spring Series. So I mean, like, at least she's got that going for her. This is a horse that I thought was bound for much better things than what she's done so far this year. She's 0 for 13 with just 4 on the board finishes. But when she started the season, I said, okay, wow, we're going to see some good things from Enchanted Angel. And then she got into the habit of making breaks. That's obviously kind of caused a lot of problems for her and for her trainer, owner, and driver tonight, Mark Etzel. But yeah, if he can keep her flat and keep her to task tonight, then she's got as much a chance as any. And I'd even say that I'd be willing to back her if someone told me she's going to stay flat in here, then that's the horse I'd be betting to win. I just don't have much confidence in that at this point.
And then Belvedere Jessica on the inside, second start off of the layoff, and gets away from Mohawk too. The back half was better in that one.
Yeah, I was watching that replay a couple times. When the horse gets beat 17 lengths, you got to watch it a few times to try to see exactly, if you think the horse had, any trot or not. I thought it was okay. I mean, it was first start of the season, right? Obviously, you want to get that first one under their belt, and the flat line's important as well. A much tougher group, and I think fits in reasonably well with who she faces tonight. Rail control, maybe not the best idea for a horse that does have a break on her card and in these conditions as well. But I think she's in with a chance. I used her in the pick 5, just thinking that maybe she can get the better of these with the right kind of trip.
And then the other one you used on the pick 5, number 3, Don't Talk About Bruno. Well, X is on the dance card there as well, but also shows some flashes, especially 2 back at Kawartha.
Yeah, and also he's got that all-important victory right under his belt already, which no one else in the dash can say. So that's kind of important. And just that 1 second this season, but it's been facing tougher. I mean, in many of those efforts, facing much tougher. I mean, slaying the day away, I would take any price on against this group. So again, if he can stay flat, he's in with a chance. But that goes for this entire field, Gary. They all have to mind their manners before they get to the winner's circle in this race.
Well, we'll see how it unfolds as it is a field of 7 for race number 1. 7 trotters. Belvedere Jessica, Enchanted Angel. Don't talk about Bruno on the inside and the center. Wishing Spell Saturday. To the outside, Massive Tattoo and Smokin' Miramont. It's a field of 7 for the first dash, and they are gathering speed, approaching the start. And they're at the start and the rough. Wishing Spell and Saturday. Enchanted Angel, Don't Talk About Bruno. Belvedere Jessica. Then Massive Tattoo and Smokin' Miramon. And Enchanted Angel. And Mark Etzel now is driven through on the inside to take the lead. And racing position second, Wishing Spell. Saturday is third. Belvedere Jessica. Then it is Don't Talk About Bruno, Massive Tattoo and Smokin' Miramon. And they race their way off the turn, Enchanted Angel. And Mark Etzel to the quarter in 28 seconds and has a lead right now of about 4 or 5 lengths. And Wishing Spell is racing position second. Third in line is Saturday, but right now is about 9 or 10 off the lead. Then it is Belvedere Jessica. Don't Talk About Bruno. Then back further, it is Massive Tattoo and Smokin' Miramont. And they race on into the backstretch. And Enchanted Angel is angelic right now, leading comfortably as they race on down the backstretch. The advantage right now is about 7 or 8 lengths, and racing second, Wishing Spell. Saturday third, Don't Talk About Bruno. Belvedere Jessica, way back, Massive Tattoo and Smokin' Miramont. But Enchanted Angel and Mark Etzel is getting lonely on the lead, is in front by about 9 or 10 lengths. Saturday now has moved on to take over second. Wishing Spell is third. And then it is Belvedere Jessica, Don't Talk About Bruno. And then back to Massive Tattoo and Smokin' Miramont. 126 and 4. Enchanted Angel has gotten away on the field. Leads by about a dozen lengths right now. Saturday is racing second. And Don't Talk About Bruno has come on to get third. Then dueling for fourth, Belvedere Jessica and Smokin' Miramont. But it's Enchanted Angel on down the stretch ride. Enchanted Angel is just coasting at the finish. Then Saturday is going to finish second. Then it was Don't Talk About Bruno and Wishing Spell. And the mile 157 and 2, Enchanted Angel. That was a one-horse race there. We got to see Enchanted Angel, Rob.
After the race, just or before the race, that she's going to stay flat, then she's the only horse you could bet in there, right? Because she's I mean, she's faced so much tougher. She's gone, up against horses like Lexus Angel, Kinder Hoplet. I mean, those horses again would be 1 to 1,000 in here if the pyramidal system allowed it. So it just came down to, can she stay flat? Well, leave it to Mark Etzel to figure her out this time around, and she looked fantastic out there throughout. So called his own number in the bike last time at Georgian. She made a break in stride this time around, though. She minds her manners and maybe just needed to get down to that softer group, right, where she doesn't have to go as fast off the gate and stuff like that to stay on the trot, because she was an absolute acre the best tonight.
Yeah, just smooth. And there's Mark just kind of singing to himself, like, what I got to do here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just was alone the entire mile. But you said it beforehand, right? I mean, Mark Etzel always been an amazing horseman, but what he's done with trotters over the last, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years has been incredible. I mean, he's really had some good ones. So, yeah, kudos to him for keeping this one flat and braving it in the rain tonight.
And not a knock on Saturday for finishing second, because second to one that was too good. But one of these days, and pretty soon probably, Saturday breaks through.
I would think so. I mean, Saturday's been, again, this is going to be 4 seconds in 5 starts, and again, we're going to keep saying, been racing too good not to have a win on his card. He'll meet the right group, probably very soon, and get his picture taken.
And you had the right to next. I mean, in the other order, but still, it was the 1 and 3. But Don't Talk About Bruno third.
Yeah, pretty logical, right, to kick off the card here. I mean, we saw the logical horses kind of complete the superfecta here. I went four deep in the pick five looking for value. We get the favorite beat, the two favorites beat actually. Don't talk about Bruno, took a lot of support late. So, yeah, we'll try to run the gauntlet now in this pick five, Gary.
And back in front of us is the winner of race number one. It is number two, Enchanted Angel. Mark Etzel, the trainer and driver and partner in ownership with Robert Newton, 3-year-old Muscle Mass Bay filly. Enchanted Angel victorious, 157 and 2. First race payouts to Enchanted Angel, 750, 350, and 210. 5 Saturday, 280 and 210 and 3. Don't talk about Bruno, 220. $2 exact or 15.70. Dollar try, 25.25. Dollar super, 48.45. The first race order of finish from top 4137265. That's 4137265 on the bottom.
Enchanted Angel making it look easy in the opening dash, splashing through the rain and won by as much as she pleased. When she stays flat, she is a force to be reckoned with. I just hasn't been able to do that much this year, but she breaks through with her maiden breaking victory in the opening dash. And let's take a look now at the early pick four. Guaranteed pool $2,500. Low takeout 15%. There's my ticket, more economical now, just $3.60 because there's singles in race number two. The one, Jay Richard Nice, raced incredibly well last time to be fourth after making an early break in stride and really spotted the field all kinds of lengths before getting right back into the thick of it late. Disappointed as the favorite, but I think can turn things around tonight and get to victory lane. Going to single that one up right here. 5, 6, and 7 for me in race number three. I know Gary singled the 5B Stony. I like that one. But I'm going to try Fox Hunt on top. Outside post for that one. Class relief, and this horse definitely has more to show than what he's been doing lately. So I'm going to go with Fox Hunt on top in there. The 1-6 in race number four. So too deep there. 2-4-9 in the money leg. And putting the two-star hairdresser on top, hoping that one can maybe go all the way on the engine from an inside draw. So $3.60 for my ticket. We'll get a look at Conley's ticket as well. It'll be inexpensive because his pick five was inexpensive. We don't stray too far, right, from our pick fives. They're going to be usually the similar numbers. 1-9 here, so he's added Wallinack, which is a good add. I mean, he's a horse that's been racing tremendously well, consistent performer, loves chasing a target. Trailing post shouldn't bother him too much. 4-5 in race number three, so he's added the four smart thinking to the 5B Stony. Just the 8 in race number four, easily the best. And I like that one's chances, but the 8 hole's been no joke here at the on the 5/8 of a mile surface as well. So tough to get down from there. Needs a flat line as well, but he's going to go alone with that one. Race 5, the 2-4-9. We see that one exactly the same. $2.40 for a 20-cent wager for Conley's ticket. But you got a couple of minutes to map out your winning wagers for this early pick four. Again, the guaranteed pool is $2,500. Low takeout is 15%. We'll come back in just a moment or two, take a closer look at race number two.
Field for the second on parade. 1, J. Richard Nice. Lorimer McClure drives and trains for Hartel Maintenance. There is number 4, PL Canella. It's Brett McDonough for Matt Dupuis. Number 5 is Built to Last. Paul McKenzie drives and trains and owns. Number 6 is Toscano Girl. Jay Harris for Caitlin Graham and Cheryl Cherry. Number 7, Century Isaiah. Ron Waples Jr. drives and trains for Dr. Sheila Atmore. Number 8 is Looks Like a Good Fella, Patudon for Sean Garvey. And 9 is Wolanak, Tyler for Kenny Ellis. It is a field of 7 for the second. We're missing the 2 and 3, both scratched. It's a long story in Royal Champagne. But, Rob, the story, J. Richard Nice, 5-2 on the board. As you see, the 1, 4, and 9 are the main attractions here. My reason for fanning out with J. Richard Nice on that pick 5 is, well, post position 1 for trotters, it's been a different story. We see all the winners from post 1 on the pace, but it's been a different story on the trot.
You mentioned that, and the 8-hole has been impossible on the pace, but not so impossible in the trot. So it's kind of kind of strange how that works, right? On both sides of the gate, literally. But for me, J. Richard Nice, I just last time, Gary, I mean, you watch that replay, he was so far out of it. I mean, the deficit was one of those ones where you'd think he's just going to finish 8th or 7th, and then he got right back into it. I mean, it looked like at one moment he might even be able to, maybe throw his hat into the ring for the victory. He was 2 lengths, just under 2 lengths away from Wolanak at the wire as the favorite, and was on fire the week before. Easiest kind of winner in numbers at 2. Like the score down, kind of just kept quiet by Lorimer McClure. And obviously a flat line's important, but you know what? If he was to make a break tonight over this surface, it wouldn't count against him because it's an off track. So I think he can make his way to the winner's circle if he minds his manners. And 2-1, I mean, I was hoping for more than that, to be honest with you. I thought he'd be higher just because of that break last time, but I'm fond of him tonight.
Well, and you remember my comment at the end of the race. I did take Wolanak to win, and I said, well, I was right, but I was wrong because J. Richard Nice is way better.
Yeah, well, listen, last night at Mohawk Park, I had a best bet or a play of the night that was actually placed up to the victory via a double disqualification. So go figure, right? Sometimes it just works out.
There's 9 Wolanak, and look, at Wolanak certainly has done some really nice things. And if J. Richard Nice opens the door at all, Wolanak is probably the one that could come barging through it.
Yeah, and I think that when you look at Wolanak, trailing post shouldn't bother him as much because he's one that likes to chase a target. So I think what we're going to see from him tonight is just try to race off a helmet and go get them when it matters most. And he's been racing tremendously well. He's the most consistent performer in this race, having an incredible season for Ken Ellis, and I think we'll see another good showing from him tonight.
And PL Canella beat Wolanak 2 races ago and was third last time out from the trailer post.
Sorry, I lost you there for a second, Gary.
You're back aboard there, so tell me about PL Canella.
PL Canella is one that, well, listen, two back, raced exceptionally well to get the victory. Last time out, trailing post, obviously gets 7th off the gate, uphill battle from there. I thought raced well to be third. I didn't know what the price would be on this one tonight. I thought PL Canella might take the bulk of the support. 3-1 is actually a good price on him right now.
Well, then PL Canella at 3-1 and 9 Wolanak 7-2 and 1 J. Richard Nice 3-2. And you did throw in Looks Like a Good Fella to round out your top 4. As the gate is rolling here on a wet Wednesday, it's J. Richard Nice and PL Canella on the inside. In the center, Built to Last and Toscano Girl. To the outside, Century Isaiah, Looks Like a Good Fella. And from the second tier, it is Wolanak. Field for race number 2 is turning into the backstretch, gathering speed. field for race number 2. Second dash on a Wednesday night. Trotters are at the start, and they're off. And it is Toscano Girl who leaves out with Looks Like a Good Fella. Then Built to Last, and J. Richard Nice is still smooth on the inside and is third away, and is only about 2.5 or 3 off the lead. Then it is Pio Canella on the outside. Woolanax on the pylons, and then it is back to Built to Last, and Century Isaiah is trailing the field. Looks Like a Good Fella, 5-2 on the board, but now J. Richard Nice pops out from third and is just cruising up on the outside, looking to take over the lead from Looks Like a Good Fella. 29-4 opening quarter. J. Richard Nice moving nicely on the outside and is going to come on and then take the lead. Looks Like a Good Fella is going to get a nice trip now in the pocket, and Toscano Girl is third. Woolanack is racing on the inside fourth and will still stay on the inside to save a bit of ground, and then it is back to Pio Canella. Back further is Built to Last, and then Century Isaiah. J. Richard Nice at 2-1 off a half of 58 leads on down the backstretch. Looks Like a Good Fella is racing second. Now Woolanack has popped to the outside and has moved up and taken over third. And then Pio Canella is moving on the back of Woolanack and dropping back on the inside. Toscano Girl, J. Richard Nice, and striding hard on the outside is Woolanack. And Woolanack has come on to grab a lead. It's Woolanack who leads by a length and a half. J. Richard Nice on the inside could not fend off Woolanack. And then on the outside, Pio Canella now is on even terms with J. Richard Nice. And fourth is Looks Like a Good Fella. And it is Woolanack as the field turns for home. Woolanack and Pio Canella. J. Richard Nice in fourth is Looks Like a Good Fella. Then Century Isaiah. It is Woolanack and Tyler Moore on down the stretch drive. They come, and Woolanack is charging on to the finish with Pio Canella. Woolanack and Pio Canella getting closer, but not close enough, as it's Woolanack to win. Pio Canella then Looks Like a Good Fella, and J. Richard Nice dropped back to fourth. Mile of 157, Rob, and Woolanack and Tyler Moore was able to swamp J. Richard Nice there heading to 3/4 and then kept on going.
You know, an interesting starting out of this pick 5, right? Because you've got horses that are kind of logical, but you beat 2 favorites, right? In fact, you get this is the 4th choice in this dash. First race is the 3rd choice. And Woolanack, again, you know, he's so good when he kind of is chasing them. Yes, he makes the move to the lead, but it just seems like he's just at his best when he makes a move either the late stages or the middle stages. And not sure what happened to J. Richard Nice. I mean, when he got to the front, I said, okay, this should just be good to go from here, because he got away safely, made the move to the lead, and with how he raced last time, I thought it was race over, but no such luck tonight for J. Richard Nice.
Yeah, and actually, I felt the same way, that I just thought it was over because of what I'd seen with J. Richard Nice. But Woolanack is really proving to be a very nice one, and Pio Canella was charging late to pick up second.
Yeah, no, it was kind of the horses that we liked in behind J. Richard Nice were the ones that were there. I mean, Woolanack, the winner, Nice closing everything from Pio Canella, and you know what? Looks like a Good Fella actually raced really well too, because he blasted off the wings of the gate from the outside draw. Ended up releasing J. Richard Nice and then got backed up by that one before coming on again. So I think we can definitely look at him next time out. But he looks like he's double-entered. He'll be racing at Mohawk Park on Monday.
Yeah, he took a lot of money, and I was surprised from the outside, especially with a break last time out, but also in cheaper.
Yeah, definitely an easier spot, and Pat Houdon too just got a victory in the OSS Golds right last night, LMC Wagon Wheel. So always happy to see Pat Houdon have success.
If somebody took your 4 picks and moved them around a little bit, 9481's a very nice ticket, Rob.
Yeah, it could be okay, right? Within 5-1 on top. We've had the right horses in the first 2, Gary, just not in the right order.
Back in front of us, well, Tyler Moore says the order's right. Woolanack on top. Woolanack is a 4-year-old wheelin' and dealin' brown gelding, leased and trained by Kenny Ellis. Tyler Moore, the winning driver, 6th win this year, and the 9th win lifetime, 157 flat. There's NASCAR Moore in the winner's circle with Woolanack. The second race payouts 9 Wollinack 1310, 350, 340, 4PL Canella 270 and 260, and 8 looks like a good fella 370, $2 exactor 3650, dollar try 73.80, dollar super 138.55. Double up to a 9 62.20. The second race order finish from the top. 4 double scratch 276531. That's 4 double scratch 276531. Field 4, Race 3 on Parade 1. I'm Spongeworthy, Anthony Hunt for Nathan Harding and Jamie Parton. Number 2, DM John Wick, Chatham for Don Lindsay, and the lessee is Andrea Lindsay. Number 3 is Moonlight Boy, Jimmy Gagnon for Stefan Gagnon. And number 4 is Smart Thinking, Brett McDonough for Kim BX. Five is B Stoney, Travis Henry for Mark Winnicott and Jim Maxwell Racing. Number 6, Better Be Good, Paul McKenzie for Blake McIntosh and Leanne Murphy. And number 7, Fox Hunt, Sammy Filia for Terry McKibben and Paul Batter. It's a field of 7 for race number 3. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, Rob, you've gone away from the favorite on top, which I respect here. And Fox Hunt is one that raced at Georgian Downs against a tougher company last race. Didn't get much done, but was also post 9.
Yeah, it's one of those ones, Gary, that I'm just going to cross off the page. I look at his most recent couple efforts, right? 9-hole at Georgian. That's an relatively impossible spot, especially for a horse that really needs to be near the front. Never got into that race. Before that, post 7 at Mohawk Park, same thing. Never got into the race, and before that, missed some time after a scratch. So I just think that this looks like a better spot for him, right? Pound for pound, this is a much softer group. And if you remember this horse last season, last August, in fact, he did have a victory here at the River over the old service in 52-4 front end. Now, I have not seen that from him in some time. I mean, we've seen a victory last April, but not that kind of speed anyways that he's shown before. But it looks pretty good on the track right now, looks pretty fired up. That's what I want to see from him, too. He has to go forward off the gate. He's got to cross over in front of them and be blasting in order to get the better of this group, and I'm hoping that's the game plan tonight.
Well, if you look further down the page, you also see that when he was closer to the pace, he put up some pretty nice miles, 51-1 at Mohawk, and against a decent group. Number 5, B Stoney, has been taking a lot of money, a little more money than I might have thought considering Scratch Vet sick last start, but nonetheless does compare nicely.
Yeah, B Stoney to me is one that I thought would take support. I wasn't sure he'd be 7-5, but before that vet scratch to his sickness, you take those two efforts and put them as the most recent two things that you see on his page. He's probably every bit of 7-5 or even less. But that vet scratch, sick is one that's got to be a little bit concerning. I mean, he's missed more than 3 weeks of action between starts. And that's obviously, for me, just a bit of a concern. More than 2 weeks of action anyways. But it just, again, I like his chances in here, but I wanted to look for value. I thought Fox Hunt would be around 6-1 what he is right now. And again, the way he looks in the track, I think we might see that version of him where he tries to go all the way on the engine.
B Stoney flashed big gate speed here June 17th. I would have loved to see him scoring down the way we see Fox Hunt. It's kind of changed my thinking a bit in here. Number 6, Better Be Gouda, was not better last race, but fine at Clinton just before that.
Yeah, tough trip though last time, right? I ended up, trying to leave out, then ended up overland, and I mean that was a pretty solid opening half of that race, 56-1. It got beat by a wide margin on the end of it, and now I've seen this horse do pretty good things recently. I mean, there was a victory in the preferred, further down the page back in April at the Raceway in London. So I think he's very well suited to face this group. He fits in nicely with them, is what the game plan is. He's at his best when he blasts off the gate as well. Maybe that's what they do, but I think if Fox Hunt kind of can drum up his former self, no one's going to be able to hold him out from the outermost post in the contest.
I was thinking Moonlight Boy might be the sleeper in here. That last race was pretty good, and Moonlight Boy is actually down at 6-1. I would have liked a little more.
Yeah, he's been racing better than advertised, right? Because that second place finish to Wild River Bumblebee was pretty good 3 starts ago. The 5th 2-back was just kind of so-so, but last time was second over and then maybe moved a bit earlier than he had to, ended up 3 wide. And then only got beat just over a length to Century Gigolo. So I would agree, he's a sleeper in here. I thought he'd be more than 6-1. I thought he'd be more about 9 or 10-1, but still, he's in with a chance.
Well, the price on Fox Hunt has come down to 4-1 as B. Stoney, my top one, 7-5. It's I'm Spongeworthy and DM John Wick on the inside. In the center, Moonlight Boy, Smart Thinking, and B. Stoney. To the outside, Better Be Gouda and Fox Hunt. Field of 7 for the third. On a soggy Wednesday at Grand River. And the field for the third. He is at the start. And they're off. B. Stoney and Fox Hunt, the first couple to blast out. And then it is Moonlight Boy, DM John Wick, and I'm Sponge Worthy. But right now, Fox Hunt dueling with B. Stoney for the lead. B. Stoney with inside advantage, but Fox Hunt's going to press on, and B. Stoney's going to fill the pocket. DM John Wick third, I'm Sponge Worthy is fourth, then Moonlight Boy and Smart Thinking and Better Be Gouda. Fox Hunt dropped all the way down to 2-1. B. Stoney's right there in the pocket. DM John Wick third, I'm Sponge Worthy is racing fourth, and Moonlight Boy is fifth off a quarter of 27. It is Fox Hunt as they roll on up past us with B. Stoney watching from the pocket, but about 2 lengths back. DM John Wick third. Then it's I'm Spongeworthy. Moonlight Boy, Smart Thinking, Better Be Gouda has to be better than the rest now to win, and they work their way on up towards the half of a 27-second opening quarter. And Fox Hunt has the lead, but B. Stoney is hunting from the pocket. And DM John Wick is racing third, 55-2. It was a lively half. I'm Spongeworthy is racing fourth. Now Smart Thinking is moving on the outside. Then Moonlight Boy, Better Be Gouda. Fox Hunt leads by about 2.5 lengths over B. Stoney. And DM John Wick is third. And Spongeworthy fourth, and Moonlight Boy and Smart Thinking and Better Be Gouda. It is Fox Hunt. B. Stoney trying to chip away, but Fox Hunt is still game. No urging required just yet. And Fox Hunt now leads by 3. DM John Wick is coming after B. Stoney, looking to take over second, 3/4, 124-2. And it is Fox Hunt as they turn for home. Fox Hunt by about 2 right now. DM John Wick, B. Stoney. Smart Thinking out wide. Moonlight Boy on the inside. It is Fox Hunt as they come on down the stretch ride. B. Stoney on the inside. Fox Hunt trying to get that final 16th of a mile. Fox Hunt is sharp. B. Stoney second. Then it was Smart Thinking, and fourth is between. On the inside, Moonlight Boy. To the outside, Better Be Good at 154-2. Fox Hunt, Rob, and I told you before the race, after watching the score down to Fox Hunt, I kind of was leaning that you might be right.
Yeah, I knew the well, first of all, watching him score down made me kind of think, wow, you know what? I wish I singled this horse in the multis because, first of all, I knew the 15-1 morning line was dreaming, but it came in. The money came in by land, air, and sea on this horse. Gary, he went down to 2-1. So I mean, just all came in late on him. I think probably part of that might be people watching him score down. Number one, also how he's going to look behind the gate, right? And you could see that Sam Fillion was revving his engine behind the gate. And if he goes forward, then, like I said, no one's going to be able to hold him off if he wants to lead. And then his stock just absolutely rises, especially against this group. So he found some of his old magic tonight, this horse, and maybe this can kind of springboard him to rack up some victories.
Couple things. What did I tell you? Ignore the morning lines. Pretend they're not there. Also, B. Stoney left hard, and it just didn't matter. Sammy Fillion said, I don't care. I'm just going to the front.
So a couple things in the morning line, though. It does matter in the multis, because this horse is not close to 2-1 in the multis, because people that just flip through the program are going to look and they're going to see 15-1, 7-hole, and they might just ignore them. Seriously, in the multi-leg wagers, a high morning line really helps with value. That's why I think we're going to be sick now when we watch this play out, because it's been pretty logical throughout, and I guarantee you these are paying massive. But no, he was much the best tonight. This horse looked much more like the horse I saw winning at Grand River last season.
Yeah, and after I get Wolanak in that bit of an upset in the second, I'm more sick than you because I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you had the winner, Fox Hunt, and you and a few people drove this one down to 2-1. Back in front of us is number 7, Fox Hunt, 5-year-old Huntsville Bay gelding, owned by Paul Batter. Terry McKibbins, the trainer. Sammy Fillion, the winning driver. It's the second win this year Ninth lifetime. Fox Hunt, 154 and 2. The third race, Number 7 Fox Hunt, 633, 42.90. 5B Stony, 280, 234. Smart Thinking, 370. $2 Xanter, 23.40. Dollar Try, 67.45. Dollar Super, 153.20. The third race, or who finished in the top, 764-3251. That's 764-3251. Field for the fourth race on parade. One is Bolting Home. It's Brent McDonald driving for Tim Myers and David O'Macaulay. Number 2, J.J. Landon. Gary Rive drives and trains and partners with Ashley Rive Bohanec. Number 3, Aladdin Dulac. Semi Filion for Alexandre Laroche and Jean Laroche. Number 4 is Island Attitude. Jay Harris for Chris Haskell and Don Scholdeis. Number 5, I Ain't No Mac. Jason Ride for Robert Kyle Fellows and Scott Enman. And number 6, Porter's Man. Bruce Richardson for Suzanne Kerwood and SNR Racing. Number 7, Mickey Burke. Dale Spence, Riley Simpson, and Shengo. Number 8 is Easily the Best. Travis Henry for Matt Dupuis and Rick Heeman. And 9, Perfect Smiley. Nick Stewart for Peter Christie. Field of 9, race 4. Let's look at this field, and we'll start with number 6, Porter's Man, sent up by Susie Kerwood, who often puts up some very sharp numbers. And Porter's Man was good at Georgian 2 races ago. Last race, not so much, Rob.
Not so much. And moving up in class, right? So there was obviously a tougher group, in that one. But, Gary, the thing is for me is that victory 2 back numbers of 2 is obviously a good one, but getting back to the condition claiming ranks, right? That's the key for me. If you go down bottom of the page there, May 17th was, fantastic in victory at the Raceway in London when racing for the same price tag. So I think that's going to kind of be the key for this horse tonight, getting down to this softer competition. The addition of Lasix too, that might be why he kind of didn't finish his mile off so strongly last time out. And I've got this one on top at 5-2. The price is about right. I think I thought maybe 5-2 or 3-1.
Now, Bolting Home is obviously one of the main players here. Is getting a lot of love at 3-2, and you got to like Bolting Home. Raced really well against Happy Nays last time out.
Yeah, it was really well, and he got within a neck of that one. And Happy Nays was on fire on that occasion. Remember, 55-1, really solid front end score. And this one, chased him gamely to the wire, and the pole position's the best post position here at the River. We were expecting that not to be the case, but it has been. It's got the best numbers right now, and this horse should get away well from there. And I think will likely be right there at the wire. Probably why he's getting so much support right now at 3-2 because he raced so well last time. And I think getting back on that regular rotation, something that we always look for, Gary, is going to help us chance even further. So he's in with a big chance. The price is a little bit short, in my opinion, but I think maybe 2-1 or so would be more like it.
And of course, I remember that race because it's so much fun to get on a horse that you've loved and gotten off, and then get the Happy Nays home. That just that excited me. Number 8, Easily the Best, is also a horse that you've loved, but that last race break kind of maybe takes away a bit of the love.
It does a little bit. The big thing too is post 8, right? I mean, post 8's been kind of impossible still, which we didn't think would be the case. Hasn't been that way in the trot. It's been that way on the pace. So we'll see if maybe Easily the Best can buck that trend tonight. The 7-hole last time got to the lead, got covered up in the pocket, made it's kind of a break in stride, and it's kind of scattered the field behind him on that occasion. So not sure if we'll see that same aggression tonight. If we do, then obviously it raises his chances. 6-1's probably the right price. I know Conley keyed this one in his pick 5 ticket. I wasn't as enamored tonight, but certainly he can bounce back.
And I Ain't No Mac has been off a while, but he could be dangerous because he can fare against tougher when he's right.
Yeah, he can, and you know what? I thought this one was a great claim back in January for Scott Enman and Kyle Fellows, and we're going to see now, what this horse can do off time. I mean, the qualifier is tough to judge off those ones, right? Getting beat by wide margins, but I think that he's a horse you've got to use underneath in the exotics tonight and watch going forward, because I did think this horse had a lot of ability, but he's been off a long time.
I went to Mickey Burke, equipment change, blinkers to open bridle. He wasn't too bad last time out from the trailer post to finish 3rd. It's Bolting Home and J.J. Landon and Aladdin Dulac, and on the inside, in the center rather, Island Attitude, I Ain't No Mac to the outside, Porter's Man, Mickey Burke, and Easily the Best, and the second tier, Perfect Smiley. field of 9 for the fourth race. He's at the start of the rough, and Porter's Man, easily the best, is also going to flash some speed. I Ain't No Mac and Aladdin Dulac, but Porter's Man wants to press on against I Ain't No Mac, who's also charging early, and it is I Ain't No Mac and Porter's Man. Then Aladdin Dulac is now taking back. I Ain't No Mac is going to find the third seat. Bolting Home is fourth, and Island Attitude is fifth away. Then it is Perfect Smiling, easily the best, is still working on the outside. J.J. Landon and Mickey Burke, and they race off the turn, and Porter's Man at 4-1 has the lead for Bruce Richardson. Aladdin Dulac is racing second. I Ain't No Mac is third. And now Bolting Home elects to stay on the inside. Is quickly coming up on the outside is easily the best. And then it is Island Attitude. And Bolting Home is on the pylons as they work their way up towards the half off that 27-4 opening quarter. And then further back along to the inside, racing seventh is Perfect Smiley. Then it is Mickey Burke and J.J. Landon. But it is Porter's Man at 4-1 who's got the lead. On the outside, easily the best. Hasn't seen the inside, but just keeps on trucking and is only about a half length off the lead. Aladdin Dulac is third. Island Attitude is situated second over, and Bolting Home is part of the outer flow, but still covered up, and is racing third over fifth. And I Ain't No Mac is on the inside sixth. Mickey Burke is seventh, and then Perfect Smiley and J.J. Landon easily the best, sticks a nose in front. Half was 58 1 and the 3/4, 127 2. Easily the best in Porter's Man, and then it is Island Attitude and Aladdin Dulac. Bolting Home has yet to bolt and is now taking a look at 3 wide, but has work to do, but is closing some ground now as they turn for home. Porter's Man easily the best, and Bolting Home on the outside has a lot of work to do, but it is easily the best in Porter's Man. Easily the best in Porter's Man, laid up the inside. Aladdin Dulac as they come to the finish. Holding on was Porter's Man. On the inside was Aladdin Dulac. On the outside, easily the best in Bolting Home. 156-3. Porter's Man. Rob, you get a very healthy 4-1 on your top choice Porter's Man, set up by Susie Kerwood. Nice job.
Yeah, monster price, really. I'll be honest. I thought Porter's Man would, like I said, 5-2, 3-1 be the ceiling. Get a point higher than that. Certainly happy to get it. And I thought that'd be the game plan, right? Go to the front. That's how this horse is best.
Is yet to bolt and is now taking a look at 3-1.
First time Lasik was definitely likely help him finish off his mile this time out after last time fading back to seventh, right? So if that was the issue, certainly seems like this was the remedy for it. And you might see some tears from this guy when they put up the pick 5 payouts, Gary, because I think they're going to be very nice. I'm still wondering how the heck I'm not alive in this sequence.
Yeah, well, I'm the idiot that went just one deep in the third race. I only had to go to the second choice, Fox Hunt, and then I did have 2 in here. I'd have been alive too, but if candies and nuts, the old saying. But listen, you were right about Porter's Man, and Porter's Man really had to work. I'll tell you who you really have to watch for next time. Easily the best was amazing.
Oh, what a bounce back effort. A horse that, even, I watched the replay on him. When he made that break in stride, he kind of gapped out a bit. Now, that may have been because he was getting out of gear. But tonight, what a rebound effort, right? Post 8 to work from, which has been very difficult here so far at the river over the new surface. Ends up first over a long way. I thought he had the measure of Porter's Man briefly, but that horse punched back on the inside. He does get picked up for second by Aladdin Dulac, which is going to really help the exotics here. But no, monsters have him easily the best, and we'll come back to him next time, especially with a better post position.
And Bolting Home just had too much work to do. Waited a while, came out and raced well, but it just doesn't fit.
No, yeah, just one of those races today where it wasn't going to work out, right? That big second quarter breather and a horse on top that really swells up on the lead too, right? So it's a bad combination, but finishes fourth, and I think he'll keep on chipping away at this level.
It's a 6-3-8-1 top 4. Back in front of us, number 6, Porter's Man. 3-year-old Jimmy Freight Bay Colt, owned by S&R Racing of Acton. Suzanne Kerwood's the trainer. Brucey Richardson's the winning driver. It's the 4th win for Porter's Man this year, 4th lifetime. Mile of 156-3. And out trackside, we should mention that the Bernardo Babes, looking good trackside. The Bernardo Babes joining us here for a Wednesday night at the river. The fourth race pouch, number 6, Porter's Man. 1030, 430, 343, Aladdin Dulac, 1420 and 780. 8 easily the best, 450. $2 exactor, 114. $10 try, 671.30. 20-cent super, 2400, 86.33. The fourth race pouch, the order of finish rather, 492-751-836. That's 492-751-836 on the bottom.
Winback Farm of Canada is home to 9 exceptional stallions, including Beach Glass, the last great son of legendary sire of sires, Some Beach Somewhere. Also new in 2024, Lawless Shadow, an O'Brien Award winner for 2-year-old pacing colts and geldings. Double millionaire betting line, sire of 5 winners of over $400,000. Eric Wicked, the richest pacing stallion in harness racing history, and Hall of Fame inductee. Trixton, sire of 6 who have earned over $500,000, including O'Brien Award winner Evident Beauty. Also standing Archangel, Better Than Cheddar, Better's Delight, and My MVP. For more information, winbackfarm.com.
Field for race number 5 on parade 1, Temple City, Brian DeRoche for Courtney Robson. Number 2 is Star Hairdresser, semi-failure for Rick Ziron and John Donato. Three scratch, 4 is Electro Longlegs, Anthony Hunt for Melissa Lamberou and Jeffrey Boyd. Number 5 is Ultra Lady Esteg, Henryson drives and trains and owns. Number 6, Fastnet Rock, Brent Minetta from Matt Dupuy and Lance Wells and Lyndon Wells. And number 7, Lincoln's Landing, Steve Houdon for Laura Toscani. 8 is Sand Dune, Bruce Richardson for John Holding and Morley Bosworth. And 9 is Dominion Day, Jason Ryan for Mike Healing. Field of 8, race 5 features the Super High 5. Let's get right to this. And Rob, before we get to number 2, Star Hairdresser, how about how the track is held up? Right now it's listed as sloppy -1.
Yeah, I mean, all things considered, Gary, I think it's held up pretty well. I mean, at the end of the day, I know how much rain we got here today. I heard it was a lot worse there, and it looks like it's continuing to fall there as well. So I think that the track's held up tremendously well all meets. And today, I mean, the fact that we're still a go and it's only 1 second off, I think that's a testament to just how nice this surface is.
Now the question will be, star hairdresser, can he be a go? Because he's made breaks in 2 of the past 3.
Yeah, but you know what? I think that this is a good spot for him, right? Because you look at it last time, sometimes horses, and I think that was kind of the case with Enchanted Angel in race 1, too, is a horse that gets down to a softer spot, and when they don't have to go as much, it's easier for them to stay flat. Not only was it 3,500 last 3 last time against the legs of Delgado. I mean, that's like apples and oranges when you're looking at this class now, getting back down to a more palatable spot. Non-winners of 2 was racing a non-winners of 2 at Mohawk Park 2 back, with a long way in the lead before finishing 4th. Softer group today. I love this one's chances to try to take them gate to wire. I think speed as well is still the place to be. Here at the river today, even in these conditions, and happy to have that one at 3-1. And by the way, before we go to the next horse, these pick 5s, monstrous. 606 on Star Hairdresser, Electro Longlegs 1127, and 526 on Dominion Day. Those are all for 20 cents. Those are the horses that we like. Just mentioning those ones. All the other ones are astronomical.
Yeah, you're just making me cry. Dominion Day. Look, last time out, Dominion Day was really great. Trailer post, but the fans are staying with 6-5 on the board.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a horse that kind of wins from a trip that they might get again tonight with the trailer post, then you can kind of, I guess, bet them a little more confidence. Having said that, I think 8-5 is too short. Lot of betting still to happen in this minute and a half here till post time, though. But I thought it was a real strong effort last time. Won by a pretty wide margin. Might be a more difficult task tonight, but this horse is definitely in good order for Mike Keeling. So, like his chances, just don't like the price at 8-5.
I went to 4 Electro Longlegs on top. I've seen a couple of really nice things from this of late, Electro Longlegs, and he could fire here.
I like it. I like the selection. I have this horse third. I was using this horse in the multis. 7-hole last time, got forwardly placed, got shuffled back. And this is a horse that, obviously made a break recently, but I remember at the Raceway in London, got into a habit of making breaks for a bit. Sometimes getting that kind of a trip for a charter that's not as sure-footed, sometimes they jump it off. But he kind of just bided his time, and it was a real good second, I thought, to Dominion Day. And now you get back, on that regular rotation, a better post to work from. I think he goes forward off the gate, and I think his best asset is to, be on the leader, the 2-hole. 9-2 is a good price on Electro Longlegs, and that multi-leg payout's pretty monstrous on him too. So I like his chances here, Gary.
And fill me in on Ultra Lady S. And you know what? I like Sand Dune as a possible one to maybe even win here at 16-1. But Ultra Lady S.
Yeah, I like both those horses in the high 5. Ultra Lady S is just a horse that was racing reasonably well at Mohawk Park, made the transition here. Hasn't really, I think, shown her best yet. Was third 2 back, but has that break last time. I think, you get Dagfin back in the bike. He knows this horse very well. I think he can navigate her to a piece of this. And then Sand Dune is just the post for me, right? Now moves into post 7, but obviously tricky from out there. But, she's a nice filly last year, hit the board in all 9 of her starts. This year, 6 of 11. Now she does meet older horses here, but I think she can get a small piece of this high 5.
Yeah, she has some nice talent, though, and I enjoy watching her. Look, it's Temple City and Star Hairdresser on the inside. In the center, Electro Longlegs, Ultra Lady S, and Fastnet Rock. To the outside, Lincoln's Landing, Sand Dune, and the second tier, Dominion Day. It's a field of 8. It's the 5th race. In the rain on a Wednesday night at the river, Temple City broke stride. And the field for the 5th race is at the start of the rough, and from the outside, Sand Dune is going to drive out alertly, and also leaving, and now going off stride, Electro Longlegs. Ultra Lady S has the lead. Sand Dune is second. Lincoln's Landing third. Fastnet Rock is fourth, and then Dominion Day and Star Hairdresser. Electro Longlegs off stride. Ultra Lady S at 17-1 has the lead. Sand Dune is racing second. Lincoln's Landing is landed in the 3 spot. Then Fastnet Rock is racing fourth as they come off the turn. 4. And Dominion Day looks at things racing position 5th, but it is Ultra Lady S right now who has the lead as they work on past us. Sand Dune is second. Opening quarter 28-1. Lincoln's Landing third, and now Fastnet Rock is moving on the outside in front of Dominion Day. Star Hairdresser is out into the flow, third over Racing sixth, and then back in seventh is Temple City. And Electro Long Legs is out of this one after a break. Right now it is Ultra Lady S. Fastnet Rock going a little faster on the outside now, of a half of 58-2. And Fastnet Rock is only half length from the front. Sand Dune is on the inside, racing position to third. And Dominion Day is racing fourth. And then Lincoln's Landing and Star Hairdresser as the field hustles their way on by the towards the three quarters. Ultra Lady S. Fastnet Rock. Sand Dune is still in the hunt on the inside, and Dominion Day is getting a little bit closer now, and is out there now going three wide. Comes Dominion Day. Ultra Lady S and Fastnet Rock and Dominion Day. Then Sand Dune. Star Hairdresser is racing fifth, but still has to quickly move out and come on in the stretch drive. On down the stretch drive they come. They're fanned out. Ultra Lady S. Now Fastnet Rock. Charging comes Dominion Day, and up the inside. Sand Dune, but they come to the finish. Ultra Lady S held on. Fastnet Rock was second. Then Sand Dune and Lincoln's Landing 158 flat. Ultra Lady S in race number 5. This race was much different than you might have expected overall, Rob.
Aggressively tonight and gets the whole enchilada, Gary. I mean, that was it was a nice effort from that one, right? And we talked about it too. I think, no matter what the conditions are, I'd always rather have horses that are getting forwardly placed and that are moving forward off the switch, and that's what this one did. Now, it did have a break last time out, June 26th, but it wouldn't hurt her at all if she made another miscue tonight, because it wouldn't count against her because of the off going. So that's probably why she was handled so aggressively. But I thought she might get gobbled up in the stretch. She didn't. She kind of kept on going. And I mean, this is some monster payouts. I mean, the pick five, over $5,000 for 20 cents on this one. And this high five, I mean, I don't know if anyone can have it. This is like completely bombs away, but be interesting to see.
Yeah, it comes in a 5.6879. And I mentioned Sand Dune, and Sand Dune blasted from the outside.
Yeah, you know what? The lineup happened. I go, wow. I go, the two horses that I thought could get a piece of the high five, maybe add some value to it, are sitting 1-2. They end up finishing 1-3 at 17-1 and 26-1. I did not see them obviously getting the lion's share of it. But it's just kind of the way the race panned out, and the aggressive drive from Dagfin on Ultra Lady S, who, like I said, she'd been racing kind of better than advertised, but I didn't see that coming tonight. Look at that, even fourth, Lincoln's Landing 45-1. Good luck on this on this high five.
Well, my top pick was the 4 Electro Long Legs. I don't see a 4 in there, and I don't see 2 Star Hairdresser, your top pick.
No, we're both out of it. And you know what? I mean, Star Hairdresser, I thought that one would get forwardly placed tonight. Wasn't really the case. And Electro Long Legs, maybe the footing went back to making mistakes. But I think we'll see that one come back and race well next time.
It's a 5.6879 back in front of us. There is 5 Ultra Lady S. Dag Hendrickson drives and trains and owns. Ultra Lady S is a 5-year-old. Love you, Bay Mare. Dag Hendrickson scores in race number 5, 158 flat. Second win this year, third lifetime for Ultra Lady S. The fifth race payouts, 5 Ultra Lady S, 36.70. 1280 and 510, 6 Fastnet Rock, 2080 and 630. 8 Sand Dunes, 710, $2 exactor, 316.60. Dollar Try, 2685.10. The Dollar Pick 3, 712.45. The Dollar Pick 4, 199.50. A 20-cent high 5 of 4,188.50.
Oh, hang on, sorry. Do you need which page? Oh.
And also note there will be a Pick 5 carryover. A Pick 5 carryover of 7,983.91. So note that Pick 5 carryover, 7,983.91. And, well, when does that Pick 5 start? Well, you know what? With 10 races, if I'm doing the quick math, that means 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Look at that. Watched Sesame Street when I was a kid. So the Pick 5 starting in the next race. Carryover 7,983.91.
Just see if they want to give. The fifth race, sort of finish from the top down. 8-6 scratch 712-435. That's 8-6 scratch 712-435. All right. Well, we have a carryover, folks, in the late pick five. So if you're wondering why the five didn't pay out there, it did show us a live payout on the screen, but it's because there was a scratch in the race. So that meant someone had that scratched horse, which meant that if the five won, they would. Sorry, if the five was a favorite and won, then they would have got that payout that showed on the screen. But because that horse was not the favorite, it was actually indeed a long shot. It is a carryover. So no one had Ultra Lady Yes their ticket. They likely had Olivia's Gold Nugget on their ticket, which means we have a carryover, just the way the payment system handles it in those situations. So we have $7,983.91 rolling forward right to this late pick five right here, right now. And you're going to want to get your tickets in quick because we have just 2 minutes on the board right now. There's my ticket, and I love a horse in this sequence. We're going to go 1, 3, and 5 here in the opening leg. Sorry, 2, 3, and 5 here in the opening leg. Flex on them, George of the Jungle and Symbol of Beauty. I love the 4 Stay True in race number 7. This horse has not raced in some time, but the qualifier was a very good one. There's a barn change, and this horse had been racing against much tougher when she was racing back earlier this year. So I'm happy to single that one in the pick 5. 3, 4 in race number 8. It's Vera Cruz and Arcadia Sealster. 1, 7 in race 9. That's Control the Gold. And I like me better. The 1 Dangerous Curves is scratched in that finale. So we're down to just the 7 now. Val Victorian in there. So $2.40 for a 20-cent ticket. But because of that carryover of almost $8,000, you might want to build onto that ticket yourself. Let's see what Conley's got cooked up for us here. Get another idea for this pick 5. It's got a carryover of almost $8,000 starting right here in race number 6. 1, 2, 3, and 5 here in the opening leg for Conley. So tricky trotting event. He wants to spread out. 2 and 5 in race number 7. So he doesn't have my 4 Stay True in the ticket, but he does have the 2 and the 5. 3, 4, and 5 in race number 8. So he's added in JG's Pal to his ticket. Just the 1 in race 9 that's Control the Gold. And in race number 10, singled up to Val Victorian, $4.80. That's Conley's ticket.
Rob, you know where I think you could add one horse in if you're looking to go back up to your price?
Go for it.
Sea Laird in the 9th race. I just kind of think maybe this, he could fit in.
He's a horse I've been backing too, right? That's a Robert Off angle. So maybe I got to throw him on to counter the Robert Off angle.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think just we know that when he's right, he can be effective. He was better last time out, and maybe that's a sign of things to come. He was a good one last year. That's just been slow coming around this year.
All right. Well, you convinced me he's going to get added on my ticket. And you know what? My ticket was cheap enough where everyone at home too can add Sea Laird, the 4 in race number 9 to this pick 5 ticket. But you've got a couple minutes to map out your winning wagers, folks. Again, you don't want to miss out on this wagering opportunity. We've got a carryover of almost $8,000 rolling into this late pick 5. It's an instant carryover. So you certainly pick up some tremendous value with this happening right here, right now. We'll come back in a few moments to take a closer look at race number 6.
Field for the 6th race on parade. 1 is Dictatorial Shane Weber for Tom and Elizabeth Rankin. Number 2 is Flex on Them, Jay Harris for Robert Kyle Fellows and Yolanda Fellows and Blair Corbeil and Windermere Stable. Number 3, George of the Jungle, Austin Sorry for Dominic Ladew and the stable. 4 is Scratch. 5 is Symbol of Beauty. Talamore drives and trains for Stuart Chambers and Divine Horse Racing. And number 7, My Time, Your Money. Rob Jenkins Jr. drives and trains and owns along with Felix Marion. It's a field of just 5 now for race number 6. We'll get a quick look at this to start off the pick 5. And Rob, I think with this field of 5 now and Symbol of Beauty having gate speed, you can kind of get to a little free second panel breather in a smaller field because nobody wants to come to the outside. I think Symbol of Beauty is really tough in here.
I think so too. I mean, the one thing obviously to factor in, right, is the conditions and how she'll take to them. But last time's effort was a good one, right? Went to the lead, kind of opened up a pretty healthy margin in the early stages, anyways. And I thought it was home and cooled. I really did. Got beat by Belvedere Franklin just by a neck on the end of it, and looks good on the track right now. I think she should make a good account of herself tonight. I thought this one though, being a kind of an inexperienced trotter race, I wanted to kind of spread out even before this carryover. So I used a couple other ones, Gary, but I love her chances.
And George of the Jungle is one that could find this to be a better spot, has been facing some tougher company now into this maiden class. Yeah, the record's not great this year, but this could be a step forward.
He looks pretty fired up right now on the track too, right? He looks pretty good out there, to be perfectly honest, and there's a big angle on him. Second time Lasix, right? And you look at last time at Dresden and say, well, got beat 17 lengths. We got beat 17 lengths in track record time, right? Can-Am Banker was just unbelievable that day, 159 flat, won by a football field, and this one, finished fourth and got beat by a wide margin. But I don't think there's any shame in that. Before that was kind of knocking at the door of something anyways at Mohawk Park, and now you get the softer company here at the river. So I think you got to use George of the Jungle, but the biggest angle for me on him is second time Lasix.
Flex on them is interesting because I could see him getting a pocket trip behind Symbol of Beauty and then just having things work out for him.
Yeah, it's very possible because last time chopped it out, right? And got caught by Fast Approach. But the funny thing is in that one there, like Fast Approach looked like one that was a little bit camera shy, but had been racing pretty well, all things considered. So I think that being within 3/4 of a length of that rival is actually better than it looks on paper. I just thought he'd get bet pretty heavily, which I guess he is at 9-5. So he's on the ticket for me. Wasn't sure what to do with him. He's 0 for 12 lifetime, but certainly one that's going to be in the mix throughout here.
And Dictatorial needed a flat line last time out and got it. Might be able to be handled a little more aggressively here. Well, his third beaten 6 lengths, but that last race helps.
Yeah, it's the last race was one I watched a few times. Again, Fast Approach, Flex on them were both quite a ways ahead of him, right? But Dictatorial, I thought, was kind of closing up nicely. Needed that flat line too, so probably was kind of being handled carefully as well, and there was no chance of him catching those two. So I thought he looked pretty good to the wire. I think he's the value in the board right now at 7-1. He's got to stay flat in these conditions. But I think he's more than capable, with the right kind of trip. So, again, I went 3 deep in here. If I went 4 deep, I would have went to Dictatorial.
Well, at My Time Your Money is the one we didn't talk about, 23-1. But My Time Your Money, it's really only had one good race. It was a good one here, June the 19th. But then interference break the next start and a break last time out. So My Time Your Money is the longest play at 23-1. But both Rob and I have Symbol of Beauty on top at 9-5, but George of the Jungle, his second choice, is the 8-5 favorite right now. Taking up their positions, it'll be Dictatorial and Flex on them on the inside. In the center, George of the Jungle and Symbol of Beauty. And to the outside, My Time Your Money. It's a field of 5 for race number 6. They're moving into the backstretch, gathering speed. And the field for the 6th race. In position. And they're at the start of the rough, and Symbol of Beauty comes blasting out quickly. Flex on them on the inside. Flex on them is right now racing second as Symbol of Beauty is driven on and clears the lead. Now Flex on them is racing the pocket. Dictatorial is third, and George of the Jungle is racing fourth. And way back, My Time Your Money is off stride right now as they work their way on up to the opening quarter. And it is Symbol of Beauty leading these 4 to of the quarter, and Tyler Moore now just cruising on the lead, and Flex on Them does get that pocket trip as they race off the turn. Dictatorial is third, and then it is George of the Jungle racing fourth, but right now it is Tyler Moore and Symbol of Beauty, and Tyler is very calm, just cruising along in the bike, leading up towards the half of a 29-3 opening quarter. Flex on Them, enjoying the view in the pocket, and Dictatorial starts to angle to the outside, and then also George of the Jungle, and now Dictatorial has been able to move back down on the inside as they race their way on past the half in 1 minute, and it is Symbol of Beauty who stretches it out a bit and leads by about 3.5. Flex on Them is second, Dictatorial is third, and George of the Jungle is racing fourth. They head on to three quarters. Symbol of Beauty off that 1 minute halftime, leading, and Flex on Them has closed up the gap a little bit. It's only a length and 3/4 back. George of the Jungle tried to take third from Dictatorial, but it is Symbol of Beauty who still looks very sharp and leads by 2.5 lengths. 3/4 was 1:30. Flex on Them right now just trying to hold on to second. George of the Jungle on the outside is pressing, and Dictatorial is racing fourth. It is Symbol of Beauty as they turn for home, and Symbol of Beauty on down the stretch route they come. Symbol of Beauty is a symbol of ease, is going to coast at the finish. George of the Jungle, Flex on Them. George of the Jungle gets second, then Flex on Them and Dictatorial. But it is Symbol of Beauty, 2 minutes and 2/5. Well, Rob got the front and then just easily knew what to do with it. Kind of a rated mile.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, kind of an easy victory. I thought maybe the new addition to this field might be a little bit of a stronger challenge for her, but she got things a little more her own way this time around. I know the track's off tonight, but the middle half for her certainly helped her chances. Last time she was kind of throttled down, 28, 58, and 3, and I just think that certainly helped her chance. But she's a nice horse, Gary. I mean, she's one that I kind of been tracking since she's ended up in the barn of Tyler Moore, and she's done good things. Even at one OSS race, she finished fourth, and tonight looked like it was easy as pie for her. Tyler Moore never really asked her.
Well, and last time out, she's setting a little stronger fractions and just got picked up at the end and didn't have to go those strong fractions. And I talked about before the race, with the smaller field, you can got to get things a little more your own way.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, and typically that's what happens, right? You go to the front, it's a short field, there's not as much action, and that certainly helped her chances this evening. But George the Jungle, obviously, another step in the right direction for that one, right? Second start, Lasix came on nicely for the play spot. It's going to be his best finish of his career. He was one that hadn't hit the board in 7 tries before that. Got bet down to even money. I thought Symbol of Beauty would be the favorite, and he'd be second choice. It kind of flipped, but they were pretty close in the betting. And Flex on Them, close throughout in the mix, just wasn't able to go with the winner.
Yeah, and maybe he needed. I mean, Flex on Them was getting the trip, but sometimes when you're staying up close to one that's clearly better than you, it actually hurts you.
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, it can kind of break their heart a little bit, right? Not able to get them to get near that one, and then George of the Jungle, of course, got past that one for a second. But you know what the thing about Flex on Them? He's got tactical speed, and that's something that will continue to help his chances here at the River.
It's a 5-3-2-1. Back in front of us is the winner of race number 6. It's number 5, Symbol of Beauty. 3-year-old Ilsago Dream Brown filly, owned by Stuart Chambers and Divine Horse Racing. Tyler Moore, the trainer, and Tyler Moore with a driving double on the evening, is the first win for Symbol of Beauty. 2 minutes and 2/5. And out trackside, the CWCC Local Biz Night Race Group. The sixth race payouts 5, Symbol of Beauty, 450, 250, and 210. 3, George of the Jungle, 240, 220. 2 flex on them, 220. $2 exact for $11. Dollar try, $8.55. Dollar super, $14.20. Fans noting race number 10, a driver change. On number 6, Ultimate Twix, it'll be Jason Ryan. Jason Ryan in the 10th race drives number 6, Ultimate Twix. The 6th race, order we finish from the top. So 4 3 2 scratch 1 scratch 5. That's 4 3 2 scratch 1 scratch 5 on the bottom.
Rain continuing to fall here at Grand River Raceway, and race 6, Symbol of Beauty, and the job done as a second choice in the betting at 6-5. Well, there was an $8,000 carryover into that late pick 5 pool. We have just under $16,000 of new money, so nice pool to work with in that late pick 5. But now it's time for the late pick 4, low takeout 15%. And there's a ticket that I've mapped out, and I'm going to single up on a horse I thought would be a value player in here, and is playing out that way right now with Stay True at 9-1. That's the 4. So my single, my best bet of the night. Single this one in all the multis. and also loving that price right now. But we'll see what she goes off at post time. Race number 8, the 3 and 4, Veracruz and Arcadia Seals. Looks like those two can decide it. But some others in there. But again, I wanted to keep it kind of cheap in this late sequence. 1 and 7 in race number 9, Control the Gold, and I like me better. But as Gary said, maybe we should add Sea Lair to our tickets because it did race better last time. This is one that I've been chasing here at the river, and this one might wake up to a better effort tonight. 1 for 13 of the season, but treading in the right direction for Rick Zeron. So I might add the 4, Sea Laird, into that one there. And then the finale, well, we're scratched down to a single, the 7, Val Victorian, because the 1, Dangerous Curves, is out. So we're going to have just Val Victorian in that finale. And with that ticket, as shown there, 2x2 would be just 80 cents. But if we throw in Sea Laird, as I mentioned, it would be $1.20. So I'm going to go 4 with 3-4 with the 147 with the 7. That's going to be my new updated ticket. But let's see what Conley's got mapped out for us in his late pick 4 wager. He was keeping it economical as well, and there it is, 2 and 5 here in the opening leg. He doesn't like my 4, Stay True, but I mean, she's kind of hidden, right? I mean, I'm going off a qualifier, off time, hasn't raced since February, but I just think she's got a big chance against this group. All Smoke and Mirrors on his ticket, the 2, the 5, Love on Me, 3, 4, 5 in race number 8. So he's added JG's Pal to the ticket. It's going to be third start off the layoff, third start for New Connections. So that one might be a good add in race 8. Just the 1 in race 9 that's Control the Gold. And then in race number 10, just the 7, Val Victorian. So $1.20 for Conley's ticket. But got a couple of minutes or so to map out your winning wagers for this late pick 4 sequence. Again, the takeout's always low 15%. We'll come back just a few moments to take a closer look at race number 7.
Field 4, race 7 on parade. 1, Porch Pirate, Travis Henry for John Pentland and VMB Stable. Number 2 is All Smoke and Mirrors, Austin Surrey for James Wellwood, and the owner is Jeffrey Wellwood. Number 3 is Can't Catch Kenzie, Ryan DeRoche for Mike Quiet Nioski, and the owner is Tara Isman and Garrett Isman. And 4, Stay True, Brett McDonough for Vern Cochran and Edward Gork. Number 5, Love on Me, Travis Scully for Dave Holiday and Ben Holiday. Number 6 is B3PO, Jay Harris for Ken Oliver and ICR Racing. Number 7 is Intense Lady, Bruce Richardson for Rene Dion and Gaston Goyette Incorporated. 8 is Scratched. At 9 is Full of Personality, Sammy Filioff for Ashley Lenvoy, and the owner is Gino Toscani. It's a field of 8 for race number 7. Let's get right to it. 10-1 on Stay True, Rob, and Yeah, you said this one was hidden, but when I look at it, I can see where you're going. And also, Vern has put up some numbers this year.
Definitely has. Yeah, there's a lot of boxes being ticked for me, Gary, on this horse. And whenever I look through a card, I try to find one that might fly a bit under the radar. I thought this one might take more support than this. Still 9-1 on the board. Surprised by that, but still relatively early enough in the betting to see that change. But the thing is, first start Vern Cochran, awesome time. Is racing free-legged, which I mean it's the first time doing that for her, so I'm assuming she's going to be good to go in that regard as well. The qualifier was a good one. I mean, there was not much urging at all from Brett McDonald. It's a good second to Let's Go Jude, who's a very good horse. And the horse behind Stay True was Exotic Dragon. So, I mean, obviously might just be out there kind of getting a training trip into and a qualifier for Exotic Dragon. One that's coming back off the bench as well. But, I mean, that's a pretty good form reference for Stay True in that one there. This horse was racing as much tougher before going on the bench. And looks good on the track, in my opinion. And right now sitting at 8-1. I mean, honestly, this is a horse that I want to center my whole night around. And right now I'm happy with the price and just hoping she goes out and races the way I think she can. Now, she might need a start. That's very possible. But I'm going to hope we get ahead of it tonight and get the right price on her.
And then the favorite in this race is probably going to be either the 2 or the 5. You went to All Smoke and Mirrors and certainly has shown us a fair amount.
And this horse has been good to me, right? I mean, I've cashed in this for quite a few times, and I still remember the race at Flamborough Downs. Seems like a long time ago now when she won from a very improbable spot. Not like St. Louis Criminal improbable, pretty darn improbable from the back of the bus after getting shuffled back to last. But, nice little win streak she had. She completed here after winning at the Raceway earlier on the season. The second last time out to Salzburg Annie. That one, I think we can agree we would like her chances if she was in here. So inside draw and a horse that certainly has been racing at the top of her game. I think she's in with a big chance. 3-1's probably a pretty good price on her. And
if you were watching last time out Love on Me, you might be wanting to jump there because Travis Cullen, Dave Holiday, this is my top pick.
Yeah, she was flying late. Love the way she finished her mile at 38-1. It's still tough to swallow that pill though for me, right? 38-1 last time, 2-1 tonight. Now, I know you get to see a preview of how she raced, but she was coming at a non-winners of 1 or non-winners of 8,000 life. You've got a horse in Stay True, off time, mind you, racing a non-winners of 3, non-winners of 4. I mean, that's like monumental difference. And that's why I love Stay True in here. Again, maybe she needs to start. But I think it's a big class drop.
A couple horses in here that just might be falling out of our attention. Either Cat Catch Kenzie or Full of Personality. They've both flashed here.
Very, very possible. Yeah, Can't Catch Kenzie, I thought, has raced okay in each of her last 2 as well. 3 back, trailing post, didn't have much of a chance. Sat a perfect trip when she got the win by a nose, came up the inside, 26-1. I think she's more than capable of getting a piece of it.
And Full of Personality makes that equipment change. Open to blind bridle. Last race wasn't good, but fine the start before it.
Trailing post just really threw me off for that one tonight. I think that, one that can certainly be in the mix. Just how does she get in the race?
And sitting at 9-1, it's a field of 8 for race number 7. Porch Pirate, All Smoke and Mirrors, and Can't Catch Kenzie on the inside. Stay True, Love on Me in the center. To the outside, B3PO and Intense Lady. Second tier, Full of Personality. It's a field of 8, race number 7. Field for the 7th race is nearing the start. The 7th race, fillies and mares, are in position. And they're at the start, and they're off. Stay True is going to blast with Love on Me. Love on Me, Stay True. Then All Smoke and Mirrors, Porch Pirate, Can't Catch Kenzie, Full of Personality now. Moving through on the inside to Getaway 5th. Can't Catch Kenzie is 6th, and then it'll be 3PO and Intense Lady trailing the field. But Love on Me at 8-5 on the board and has got the lead. Porch Pirates right there in the pocket, and All Smoke and Mirrors is 3rd. Now Stay True is on the pylons racing racing fourth in front of Full of Personality. And then it is Can't Catch Kenzie, B3PO, and Intense Lady. But they work off that turn, 28 and 1 opening quarter. And Love on Me and Travis Cullen now looks for a second panel breather. Porch Pirate is racing position to second. All Smoke and Mirrors is on the inside third. Stay True is still staying on the pylons, racing fourth in front of Full of Personality. Now flashing to the outside, Can't Catch Kenzie, who will get the cover of Full of Personality, who took out, and popping out from third comes All Smoke and Mirrors, and they work their way on down the backstretch. And on top right now is Love on Me. Love on Me is leading, and racing second is Porch Pirate. And then on the outside, racing up and getting a little bit closer, is All Smoke and Mirrors as they work the backstretch heading towards three quarters. And it is Love on Me and Porch Pirate. And now working up a little closer on the outside, still All Smoke and Mirrors, but sharp as Love on Me. And Love on Me is leading. And Love on Me, Porch Pirate. All Smoke and Mirrors is flat out, scooting through to the inside, Stay True, but Stay True is covered up on the inside. And from the backfield, Full of Personality with Can't Catch Kenzie and Intense Lady. Love on Me as they come on down the stretch drive. Love on Me and Porch Pirate. Love on Me and Travis Cullen just cruising to the finish to win it. 8-5 on the board. Porch Pirate is second. Then it was All Smoke and Mirrors and Full of Personality. 155 and 2. Rob, we had a little television difficulty, but maybe that was just the gods trying to help you, not letting you watch how Stay True was making out.
No, yeah, I was had to look away for a moment there too. But you know what? At the end of the day, listen, we tried something, it didn't work out. I very intrigued to see what this one does going forward still. But yeah, just what wasn't her night. I mean, I got real excited off the gate. She kind of was blasting forward. The minute there was any kind of resistance to the inside, Brett McDonald took her back. At that point, I said, okay, well, might not be the horse I thought she'd be tonight. Got in the four hole, didn't have much in the stretch either. But Love on Me, a horse that I said it's a tough pill to swallow at those odds. At the end of the day, I mean, race like she was much the best, and it was a flashy effort last time. One of those ones that catches your eye, like you mentioned, came home really strong. But again, I thought there was just some value elsewhere in here. But no, tremendous effort from Love on Me for Dave Holliday and Travis Cullen.
Well, and I'm a big fan of both Travis Cullen and Dave Holliday, and I just thought teaming up here, and they teamed up last time out, and Love on Me, yeah, the price, but nonetheless, they certainly look like they fit it. 55 and 2 mile. They went to 55 and 4 last week. I guess the track's not off very much.
No, yeah, I mean, this horse was on fire tonight too, right? And also racing on the engine too, kind of, an element that this horse is showing, right? Early foot off the switch. Last time didn't do it first when Travis jumped aboard, but then this time sent right on down the road. So nice effort. All Smoke and Mirrors continues to do good things, right? Finish a decent third at 6-1 in Porch Pirate. One we didn't talk about, but fit in there nicely for John Pentland. Rounds up the exact at 7-2.
And Porch Pirate was good here 3 races ago. And Clinton not quite as good, but certainly comes back here and likes it here. We better watch out for Porch Pirate. It's a 5-1-2-9. Back in front of us, Love on Me. Love on Me is a 3-year-old Stag Party Bay filly, owned by David and Ben Holliday. Dave Holliday is the trainer. Travis Cullen, the winning driver. Love on Me, second win this year, third lifetime. 155 and 2. The seventh race, payouts 5. Love on Me, 530, 310, 230. One Porch Pirate, 430, 320. Two A Smoke and Mirrors, $4. $2 exactor, $18.60. Dollar Triad, $36.95. Dollar Super, $212.05. The seventh race, order of finish from the top. 2357186 scratch 4. That's 2357186 scratch 4. Field for the 8th on parade 1 is Halley in the Clouds. Austin Sorry for Dominic Ladew and the stable. Number 2, Wolfpack Attack. Jason Ride for Joe Shaw and Bill Shaw. Number 3, Veracruz. Scott Young for Tim Cherweko and Gary Green. 4 is Arcadia Sealster. Travis Henry for Greg McNair and Ross and Brent Holmes. Number 5 is JG's pal, Sammy Filioff, Brian Lawrence and Stuart Lawrence. And number 6, Belvedere Franklin, Phil Hudon, drives and trade for Dr. Mike Veneri. And number 7 is Perfect Landing. It is Steve Hudon for Laura Toscani and Gino Toscani. Field of 7 trotters. An interesting dash, Rob, because, I think there's some nice talent in here. Although I did go to Arcadia Sealster on top. I love that you went to Veracruz because, you've been a big member of the Veracruz fan club. Moves up in class, but tell you, Veracruz didn't get the money early, but is getting it now.
And I think Veracruz should get support in here, Gary, because you see those back-to-back victories. Now, that is obviously a much softer spot. No one is a winner 5,000 life. But the first victory was one that was, as much as he pleased. Last time out, I thought he, showed a little more versatility as well in the way that he won that race, and he did it pretty easy at 10 cents the dollar. Now, if you remember, he had to overcome adversity to that one, too. He put steps in. I think Scott Young had to kind of keep him, very carefully handled through much of that mile. He still won, but he kept him wide. And if that's been remedied, I think, obviously he's going to be better tonight. So moves up, but love his chances. Should be confident coming into this.
Both Veracruz and Arcadia Sealster, both well-meant ones that, 65,000 Veracruz and Lexington and 60,000 for Arcadia Sealster. Good start for Greg McNair last time out.
Yeah, Arcadia Sealster was amazing last time. I mean, really was. Went to the front from post 6 in this class and didn't let anyone really, get near to him. I mean, there's a horse that got within 3/4 of length, but it was just kind of a formality before he opened up again in the stretch. And I thought he raced fantastic, 57-3. That's a big mile too, especially for the class. And the thing about tonight is front end has been pretty solid. So I think Arcadia Sealster is likely going to be going with those tactics again. Maybe it lines up 4-3, and that's why those are the two I like the most in here.
Well, we're both on board, just flipping the top two. We both went to JG's pal third best, but has been getting a lot of money throughout the betting cycle.
He has been, and I mean, he's got a reason to step forward, right? Because you've got third start now off the layoff, third start for these connections, right? Brian Lawrence having a great season, batting .314, and the horse has progressed through those two efforts. My problem is that what's the trip look like? I mean, in a race where I kind of thought the main players are 3, 4, and 5, if the 3 and 4 are going to be battling it out, with the top two positions, I mean, if there's ever kind of a breather in the middle stages, JG's pal might be up against it again, right? I haven't seen gate speed from him, since coming north of the border, and even in some of those races south of the border, I haven't seen him show much early foot. So that's my concern with him. Good enough to win it here, probably, but I just 2-1's too short for me. I think he might be fighting an uphill battle, might have to settle for third again.
The tote board does agree that those are the top three. Then we disagree on who's next. Went to Wolfpack Attack, but Halley in the Clouds off of the last couple races is logical.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, prospect series, mixed bag sometimes, but look at the group that she actually had to face. Last time was Sue Ann was the winner. She was second. Before that, Need for Alarm and Sand Dune. Pretty good form references there. Before that, taking on Elmer's a 2 at Mohawk Park. Much tougher company. So I think if she can go out and mind her manners, she can be right there with these and maybe add some value to the ticket, especially if you ever split the favorites.
Yeah, and Wolfpack Attack I thought raced well, beaten by MI Radical 2 starts back. Last race was just, was okay here, finished fourth, but Wolfpack Attack, I get a better price at 15-1.
Yeah, he's putting some miles in too, right? Sarnia, Georgian Downs, Grand River now racing over the same venue again, back to back, might help her chances. And I don't know if you're a wrestling fan or not, but Wolfpack Attack, NWO Wolfpack, no, Gary? Does it
No,
ring a bell for you?
no.
No, didn't think so.
I'm busy. Field of 7 taking up their positions for race number 8. Halley in the Clouds, Wolfpack Attack on the inside. In the center of Veracruz, Arcadia Sealster, JG's pal. To the outside, Belvedere Franklin in Perfect Landing. And right now, Halley in the Clouds is way back approaching the start. And then Wolfpack Attack made a bobble but quickly recovers, and the field is at the start, and Howling the Clouds will be the subject of the inquiries way back. And they drive out Perfect Landing on the outside, leaves with Belvedere Franklin and Arcadia Sealster. Right now it is Belvedere Franklin, Arcadia Sealster, Perfect Landing, and JG's pal is fourth away. Veracruz is relaxed away fifth and works in front of Wolfpack Attack, but Perfect Landing at 60-1 has landed the early lead. Belvedere Franklin is racing position second, and then it is Arcadia Sealster, JG's pal. Veracruz is currently trotting fifth and works in front of Wolfpack Attack, and Halley in the Clouds is way back trailing the field, and it is Perfect Landing. But now Arcadia Sealster is moving and challenging first up and wants to clear in front before the turn, and is able to do so. Racing second, long shot Perfect Landing in front of Belvedere Franklin, and then racing position to fourth as they work their way on into the backstretch is JG's pal, who's in front of Veracruz, and then it is Wolfpack Attack way back Halley in the Clouds. 57-4 halftime, and it is Arcadia Sealster who's got the lead. Perfect Landing is still there second. JG's pal now is moving on the outside. Belvedere Franklin is racing fourth, and Veracruz now is moving up on the back of JG's pal, and JG's pal is coming on to challenge Arcadia Sealster, the 4-5 favorite. Arcadia Sealster, JG's pal, Perfect Landing. Veracruz is situated second over fourth, and is only 2 1/4 off the lead of a half of 57-4. They roll by 3/4, and Veracruz is going to cruise out 3 wide right now. 1:28 2 of the 3/4 time. Arcadia Sealster under attack by JG's pal, but Veracruz wants to go by both of those now. Then Perfect Landing and Belvedere Franklin, and they turn for home. Veracruz out 3 wide. JG's pal, Arcadia Sealster. It is JG's pal and Veracruz as they come to the finish. JG's pal, Veracruz. JG's pal wins it. Veracruz was second. Arcadia Sealster third. And then fourth was Belvedere Franklin, 158-3. The inquiry pertains to the start and Halley in the Clouds, but JG's pal, you said it, has a reason to move forward, and moved very much forward.
Yeah, it did move forward big time. And the thing is, too, Gary, is that, much closer to the action this time, right? Like, made that move sooner in the mile. And maybe that's all JG's pal needed, right? Was to kind of be more into the race. And Scott Young, no surprise. I mean, he gets a lot of drives from Tim Trueco, so it went in that direction. And I thought he was going by. I really did. I was getting excited there, 5-1. I'm thinking, okay, here he comes, kind of like a speedboat off that final turn, but just could not get past JG's pal before the wire. But in any event, nice effort from Veracruz. And again, a horse that's still kind of learning the ropes, right? Just 7th career start, and just 4th start for this barn, and showed some versatility there racing off cover.
Well, certainly Veracruz proved that stepping up wasn't a problem, because there you see the finish is beaten ahead.
Yeah, no, and a horse is meant to be a good horse, right? And Tim Trueco does great with these types, and I think that we're going to see this one kind of continually move up the class ladder, Veracruz, right? But don't take anything away from JG's pal. That was a nice effort, right? First over, battled it out with Arcadia Sealster, the favorite. He got past that one and then fended off another one that we liked, right? I mean, I kind of thought it was those two and then JG's pal, but hey, he had other ideas.
And Belvedere Franklin was able to come on and round out the ticket. This is one that has flashed some speed, but in the past has had some problems staying flat, I believe.
Yeah, it has definitely had issues staying flat, but Phil Houdon got this one right for the victory last time out over Symbol of Beauty, right? Good form reference. That one came right back to race well tonight, so one that you might want to watch going forward.
Yeah, and so the right top 3, but I liked the 4, you liked the 3. We were both wrong. It was 5 JG's pal, Robin Sammy Filia. And coming back in front of us is 5 JG's pal. A 3-year-old tactical landing brown gelding owned by Brian Stewart Lawrence. Brian Lawrence, the trainer. Sofan filling out the winning driver. JG's Pal, victorious. It won 58-3. Fans note the judges ruling that number 1, Halley in the Clouds, was inside of the Fair Start pool. Note race 8-1, Halley in the Clouds, determined to have received a fair start, and there is one Halley in the Clouds right now. Eighth race payout, 5 JG's POW, $6, $3.90, $2.20. 3 Vera Cruz, $5.60, $2.84. Arcadia Sealster, $2.30. $2 Exactor, $24. Dollar Tribe, $26.95. Dollar Super, $179.55. Eighth race. Order of finish from the top, 7623145. That's 7623145 on the bottom. Field for the 9th on parade. 1, Control the Gold. Anthony Hahn for Jessica Hayter and Edward Hayter. And number 2, Millennium Sister. Brett McDonough for Emma Christoforou. Number 3, Bring Your Fire. Phil Houdin for Janaya Gallant and Danielle Lee Gassian. 4 is C. Laird, Sammy Fillion for Rick Ziron and Stacy Smith Robinson. Number 5, Moon Watcher, Dan Meegans for Janice Van Ness. Dan is the driver, trainer, and shares in ownership. Number 6, Better Than Pride, Jay Harris for Kyle Bossens and Fred Niclerio. And number 7, I Like Me Better, Austin Sorry for Blake McIntosh and Tim Dickinson. Field of 7, race number 9. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, Rob, let's get a look at I Like Me Better. And actually, normally when it comes to the picks, I like you better, but we both have the same one on here, so they can both like us. We have the 7 at 2-1.
Yeah, and I think, he's kind of the direction you have to go here on top, Gary. First of all, it looks pretty good on the track right now. It looks pretty sharp out there, and I Like Me Better as a horse has been racing against, better competition at Mohawk Park. The latest one known as a 4,900 last 5. Forwardly placed, faded back to 8th at a bombs away price. Look at the winner, Mama Sunburn. Before that, Magical Arthur, Code Cracker, Sometime Somewhere. All these horses would take all kinds of support in this class. And he's a horse that's got tactical speed. And this is not a race where there's a lot of early foot to his inside. So I think the game plan's got to be go forward off the gate and just try to chop this out and get the better of this group. And I think he looks, again, tremendous in the track right now. Be shocked if he doesn't end up being the favorite at post time.
Control the Gold has been taking a lot of money. We both have this one for second. But Control the Gold on the inside might not necessarily be any advantage to him.
Yeah, I don't think it is, right? Again, we don't know if we know it's got a high win rate right now, the pole position, but I think more times than not, it's going to be with horses that do have that speed off the switch. And Control the Gold's more of one that makes a move in the middle stages or late stages, right? So I'm just not sure how the trip works out for him in here. I think that raced really well last time to be second. Trending in the right direction for Jessica Hayter, but I just think the price is too short right now at 3-2, and I think that might have a tough time running down one like I Like Me Better, who again I think will be on the engine and tough to catch in here.
When I first saw that name of the 7, I thought it said, I like me a beer. Maybe I was just thirsty at the time. Look, number 4, C. Laird. This is one that I told you could add on to your pick 5. Now, that pick 5 is ancient history, but I still think C. Laird is going to be heard from in here.
Yeah, I think, C. Laird, you kind of maybe warm back up to this one a little bit. Watch the replay. It was pretty decent last time. Made up ground to be third, and, I was kind of jumping all over this one in those races at Grand River before that. And again, one that by all rights, former self should be more than competitive against this group, and has been one that's shown speed in the past. Maybe he tries to use that tonight from post 4, and 7-1's the right kind of price. So I think you're onto something there. Definitely one to use in the exotics and maybe a potential upsetter.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen his best, and last race was a lot better, so maybe it's coming. Number 6, Better Than Pride, is one that was better than the field here June the 5th, and a couple of thirds since. Made one break, but, that's the only X you see on the dance card.
Yeah, I think it's been racing, pretty well, all things considered. That the victory off the bench was tremendous, and then after that did have a third, then the break, and then claimed the show spot last time. Ham Sandwich was kind of a going-away winner from off the pace in that affair. But I think in with a chance for a piece of day. He might actually be the one that kind of gives it trouble to I Like Me Better, because like I always say, it's the worst when a horse blasts out right beside you when you're betting one with speed. But I think they might both be able to come around them early because there's not a lot of early foot towards the inside of the gate.
And what do we do with Bring Your Fire? This is one that's 5-2 in the morning line, talking about morning lines. Raced well the first couple for Janaya Gallant, and now has fallen off.
Yeah, I couldn't get there tonight. I mean, one maybe using the exotics, but yeah, I thought the 5-2 morning line was too low.
And well, it is right now 11 to 1 on the board. Bring your fire. Field of 7. Control the Gold, Millennium Silver in the center. Bring your fire. Sea Laird, Moon Watcher to the outside. Better than Pride. And I Like Me Better. Field of 7. Race number 9. Field for the 9th race. He is at the start of the rough, and I Like Me Better on the outside is trying to come on and grab the early lead. Better than Pride broke stride. Control the Gold is going to get away second. Millennium Silver third. Then it is Bring Your Fire, Sea Laird, Moon Watcher as they work on around the turn. I Like Me Better 4 to 5 on the board is a slight favorite over Even Money. Control the Gold and has a lead of about 4 right now. Millennium Silver third. Bring Your Fires fourth. Then Moon Watcher and Sea Laird, and they race off the turn. They come on towards us, and it is I Like Me Better who's got the lead over Control the Gold. Millennium Silver and Bring Your Fire is currently racing positioned fourth, and then Moon Watcher and Sea Laird has just one beaten, and that is Better Than Pride, who made an early break. 28 seconds, the opening quarter. They head up towards the half, and I Like Me Better is alone on the lead in front of Control the Gold, who leads by about 2.5 right now. Millennium Silver is third. Bring Your Fire, Moon Watcher, and Sea Laird. I Like Me Better as they race on to 3/4 is clearly better right now off that 56 and 2 halftime. A good 28 and 2 second panel as well. I Like Me Better. Control the Gold is trying to close the gap, but so far it's still holding at about 3.25 lengths. And then Millennium Silver. Then it is Bring Your Fire. Moon Watcher. Sea Laird is still second from last. I Like Me Better. Control the Gold 2.25 back as they work to the top of the stretch of 3/4 of a lively one, 24 and 4. I Like Me Better. Control the Gold. Millennium Silver. Then Moon Watcher. Bring Your Fire and Sea Laird on down the stretch where they come. I Like Me Better is still digging in. I Like Me Better was clearly better than the field. Control the Gold. Then it is Moon Watcher and Bring Your Fire to bring it up the inside to pick up a fourth. 153 and 2. I Like Me Better on a track that's sloppy as they listed it, but going quickly nonetheless. I Like Me Better was just better.
Yeah, he certainly was, Gary. Just much the best in there. Kind of bottomed them out too. Like you can see he was alone off the gate, right? Like I said, there was no real speed other than I thought Better Than Pride, who made a break off the switch. So at that point, he gets a free lead off the gate, 28 seconds. That's much different than what this horse had to do lately at Mohawk Park. And he was all that much better for it, right? He goes to legit fractions the rest of the way: 56 and 2, 24 and 4, 53 and 2, and you can see there was no catching him. I mean, Control the Gold kind of tightened him a little bit, but the minute Austin just asked this horse just a little bit, he was absolutely gone. So much the best in here. And I'll be honest, I was surprised he held at 4 to 5. I thought we were going to see one of those massive plummets down to maybe 2 to 5 or 1 to 5. He ends up holding at 4 to 5.
We doubted what Control the Gold would do from the post position one, but at least used it well enough to get second and then hold on to second.
Yeah, exactly. Again, Better Than Pride was trying to leave out of there, but at the end of the day, he just uses his spot, right, his rail control to push through for the 2 hole. Was kind of in a loose pocket for much of the mile, but was clearly the best of the rest, right? I mean, just hooked a tough field when you've got one coming from Mohawk Park that's racing against much tougher.
And Sea Laird, I guess we're still waiting.
Yeah, we're gonna still wait for that one. I mean, again, better effort last time, not so much tonight. But Moon Watcher's one we've always kind of toyed around with, right? I mean, he's one that can certainly do good things when he's on his A game, and that was a good effort for him to be third at 30 to 1.
And Bring Your Fire to round it out at 12 to 1. It's a 7-1-5-3. Back in front of us is number 7. I Like Me Better. 8-year-old Better is Delight Bay Gelding by Tim Dickinson. Blake McIntosh, the trainer. Austin Sorry, the winning driver. Second win this year, 17th lifetime. I Like Me Better. 153 and 2. Ninth race, payout 7. I like me better. 390, 210, 230. 1. Control the gold. 230, 240. 5. Moon Watcher, 610. $2 exactor, 530. Dollar try, 1385. Dollar super, 59.85. Ninth race, order finish from the top. 2546371. That's 2546371 on the bottom. Field for the 10th on parade. 3 Series Sealster, Austin Sorry for Ben Wallace and Wallace Standardbreds and Terry Krawick. 4 is JS Bet This Lady, Jay Harris, Roger Gebhardt, and Carol Gebhardt. Number 5 is Stay Pump, Remy Donovan, Richard Moreau, and Sylvain Cote and Robert Bernicki. Number 6 is Ultimate Twix, Jason Ryan for Dean Nixon and Madonna Morrison. Number 7, Val Victorian, Travis Cullen for Jody Cullen and A1 Stable. And 9 is Royal Tell, Mark McDonnell for Jody Cullen and A1 Stable. Field of 6, race 10. We lost a third of the field, but we still have 2/3. Now, Rob, number 7, Val Victorian just went from even money up to 6-5, but I would bet you anything that number is going the other direction as we head to post time.
Yeah, I'd have to think so. Val Victorian's been so good, Gary, and the double's just $4.50, right? So, I mean, we had a horse win at 4-5, and this one right now is 6-5. So, I think we're going to see obviously the odds plummet down. You look at the multis too; they're all paying pretty lightest of all to this one. Pretty good, all things considered, though. 53.91 for a 20-cent pick 5 to get a Val Victorian. That obviously is helped by the carryover, right? So if you're still alive in those ones, if you have Val Victorian, it's paying pretty well, all things considered. And the other ones are all paying giant. But yeah, I just couldn't go against her here. The horse that I thought might have a chance is Dangerous Curves, who was getting a big time class relief. That one's out now, scratched alongside No Money Honey, and the 8 Pink Monster. And I think that just leaves the door open for Val Victorian to get another victory at this class.
It did leave us with the same second choice. JS Bet This Lady, second of Val Victorian, last time out.
Yeah, one that I was really fond of her in that spot last time. And the exacta paid fantastic. Won't pay as much this time around because now she's kind of showing her hand that she can get off the gate and ride along in the pocket behind that one. She was beat by more than 4 lengths, but again, did all she had to do, right, to finish second. And there was no catching Val Victorian that time around. So JS Bet This Lady, I think, obviously well suited for this class and does well when racing the condition claiming ranks.
And then number 3 Series Sealster has been working from tougher post positions and had a good start here June the 19th. The last couple not quite as good, but still 54-3 compares last time out. Should be better.
I think this is the horse you can make a case as the value in the field right now, right? Because, like you said, difficult posts recently, even a trailing post scattered in there at Western Fair. And she's always been one that really does good things when she gets forwardly placed. She hasn't had that opportunity as of late. Maybe she gets it tonight, Gary. And Rail Control, I'm not expecting her to cut it or anything like that, but if she just kind of sits on the pylons and bides her time, she might be able to get a big piece of it. 13-1 to me is an overlay on the 3 Series Sealster.
And Royal Tell is shocking me 6-5. Now look, that's the one that I did use for third ahead of Series Sealster, but Royal Tell is the 6-5 favorite over Val Victorian at 7-5. What's going on?
We're not going to see that at the word go. There's no way. There's just no way that happens because, I mean, first of all, the multis are paying, how about $11.67 versus $53, and in the pick 4, $188 versus $8. So we're going to see those odds flip dramatically come post time. They're both from the Cullen Barn. Royal Tell, I mean, I think is certainly a nice mare in her own right, but she's not Val Victorian, and she's got to work from the trailing post. Now, short field will help her chances, but yeah, we're going to see those odds move dramatically apart at post time.
How often do you see a field of 6? We've talked about 4 horses, and we didn't talk about one sent up by Richard Moreau.
That's not very often. And you know what? Stay Pumped was one I liked last time, if you remember. Rail Control set an inside trip, didn't really, have the horse I expected her to have. That's against, first of an era, though. So, I mean, gets away from that one. Might be able to do better this time around, but I watched the replays, and I just couldn't get behind her tonight. 11-1 on the board. And Ultimate Twix, that's one that when she flashes speed, she can do good things. Maybe we see her try to leave off the gate tonight with Jason Ryan aboard. 12-1, not a bad number on her.
Well, Val Victorian is still sitting at 6-5. I thought would drop down to 1-5 or 2-5. We'll see. Series Sealster. Jazz Bet This Lady on the inside. Stay Pumped in the center. The outside Ultimate Twix and Val Victorian. And the second tier, Royal Tell. It's a field of 6 for the 10th race. And they're gathering speed. They're at the start of the rough. Val Victorian blasts with Ultimate Twix. Val Victorian Ultimate Twix, the first couple. Stay Pumped is going to take back. Racing third. JS Bet This Lady now is going to drive through and has the pocket. Ultimate Twix on the outside. Series Silter is fourth away. Then it is Royal Challenge. Stay Pumped. Val Victorian 1 to 9 on the board. JS Bet This Lady is second. Series Silster third. Royal Tell is fourth, and then Ultimate Twix, and it is back to Stay Pumped. Val Victorian as they race their way off the turn, and they come on towards us off a 27-1 opening quarter. JS Bet This Lady is racing second, then Series Silster. Royal Tell is fourth, and then Ultimate Twix and Stay Pumped. They head their way on up towards the half of a 27-1 opening quarter, and Val Victorian is just cruising right now. JS Bet This Lady, though, again gets the pocket right on the back of Val Victorian, and Series Silster is currently third. Royal Tell is fourth in line, then Ultimate Twix, and back to Stay Pumped, and now stepping out from third, Series Silster. Val Victorian leads it. Series Silster now has come on to grab second. JS Bet This Lady is third, and Royal Tell is situated second or fourth. Then it is Ultimate Twix way back. Stay Pumped. They head by 3/4, and it is Val Victorian, and no urging required just yet. Leads at a couple of lengths. Series Silter is second. Then Royal Tell has moved up to take over third. JS Bet This Lady and Ultimate Twix, but it is Val Victorian still cruising. 3/4, 125 and 2. Val Victorian, Series Silster. Val Victorian, Series Silter. Royal Tell. JS Bet This Lady and Ultimate Twix. Val Victorian with no urging, just coasting on down the stretch drive. Val Victorian gets another victory. Series Silter second. Then Royal Tell and JS Bet This Lady 154 and 1. Val Victorian 1 to 9 on the board. Rob, I wish I could predict the movement of the stock market as easily as it was to predict the movement of the tote board.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I said, right? I mean, we know that's going to shift at post time, so there was no doubt about it that horse is going to go off at the shortest price possible. The doubles paying just over $4. We had a horse win at 4 to 5, and the multis all showed it as well. I mean, the best you were going to get was 1 to 5, 1 to 9. I mean, just a walk in the park, right? For Val Victorian, she goes to the lead, and once she touches down on the front end with the way the track's been playing tonight, it's completely lights out and race over. And yeah, she just proved to be too good for them again.
And one thing about the Cullen Barn, they race horses where they belong. Some people might have said, well, maybe you might accidentally get this horse claimed if you keep jamming her in. They don't care.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the kind of the number one thing for success, right? I mean, is management of a racehorse putting them where they belong, and it's a condition claimer as well. I mean, it's kind of rare you see horses get claimed to the condition claiming spots because they don't always match up against the open claiming ranks, right? I mean, it's for numbers of 60,000 life. So usually pretty safe to put them back in. But, Series Sealster was when I really, again, I kind of bumped up in my rankings just because of the fact she was kind of flying under the radar on the odds board. I know that, again, we've got inflated odds with a 1 to 9 shot, but Series Sealster is still not second choice in the betting or even third choice. And I thought she raced pretty well getting forwardly placed there to be second.
And all that money that came for Royal Tell early, that was fake news.
Well, yeah, I mean, it could be various things. I mean, someone tried to get a bigger price on Val Victorian, who knows? But I mean, we know that's gonna switch. Now, again, take nothing away from Royal Tell. She's a nice mare in her own right. She's just not Val Victorian, and she was never going to be anywhere close to her on the odds board.
Yeah, I mean, I just got to call it what it is because, and that's not a comment about Royal Tell. It's just that Royal Tell at one point was 6 to 5 and Val Victorian 7 to 5, and now you're looking at the board.
Yeah, lots of money still comes in, right? Most money comes in, as we know, in the last couple of clicks, and things change big time.
Well, back in front of us is where the money came in on 9 Val Victorian, a 4-year-old Real Desire brown mare by A1 Stable, trained by Jody Cullen. Travis Cullen, the winning driver. It's the 5th win this year for Val Victorian, 154 and 1. 10th race payout. 7 Val Victorian, 210, 210, 210. 3 Series Silster, 620, 280. 9 Royal Tel, 360. Dollar pick 3 is 11.65. Dollar pick 4, 44.65. Dollar pick 5, 269.55. Dollar high 5 is 143.65. The $2 exactor numbers 7 and 3. Val Victorian and Siri Sealster is $7.60 try, 14.35. Double of 7 and 7. We'll give it to you later. Note the double of 7 and 7. I like me better, and Val Victorian. It's coming up in just a matter of seconds. That double is $4.50. Tenth race order finish from the top is a double scratch 24651 scratch 3. That's double scratch 24651 scratch 3. Well, fans, that concludes the live harness racing program for this Wednesday evening. Action resumes on Friday. It's Wiener Dog Night at Grand River Raceway. Our first dash on Friday will go to post at 6:30 p.m. Buenas noches, amigos. Good night, everybody. Good night, Sean.